Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Despina, for those that don't know me, and welcome to Crystals Within. Hello, my beautiful people. For those that don't know me, my name is Despina, and welcome to Crystals Within. Today, I'll talk about something that has been so much requested, so much. How to get in touch with our spirit guides, how to get in touch with our angels, and those higher dimensional energies. And I'm so excited to be presenting this to you because this is important to understand in our spiritual path and journey. And before anything, of course, if you haven't subscribed here at Crystals Within, go ahead and subscribe, as well as hit the bell button so you don't miss any other videos I'll be posting in this channel, as well as like this video, because this really is an important subject that we're going to talk about today. And of course, if you haven't checked out my course that I just launched on how to balance each and every chakra, go ahead and check it out. I'll post the link below. It's so important for us to balance our chakras, even to get in touch with our spirit guides, and I'll explain more about that in this video. So if you do wish to understand your energy centers, understand each and every center you have in your body and open them, unlock them, so you can too walk the path of spirituality in a more enlightened and more balanced life, I'll post the link below. Go ahead and check it out. So let's start with our subjects as to how to finally get in touch with those spirit guides and angels. And spirit guides exist in a different dimensional realm. It's like a different energy, right? That is a little above this 3D reality that we live in. And to connect with those energies, to the spirit guides, to the angels, to the divine, to the light, we have to tune into that awareness that already exists within us, because we're all one collective consciousness. And a lot of times we can see spirit guides in the form of angels, we can see them in the form of a loved one, we can see them in a form of like a face, or a person that was passed away, and all that face form, depending on our beliefs. And that's why a lot of the times spirit guides and angels appear themselves with a face, because we humans can recognize a physical form, because that's our limited belief as to what angels and spirit guides look like, when in reality all is energy. We tend to mystify this connection about connecting with spirit guides and angels, when in reality, actually, that's very normal. We are meant to do that. And it's a very simple process, more simple than people think. And we actually have always been hearing our spirit guides, but we haven't made that connection yet in our brain, so we don't know we have done that before. So if you think about it, what do you think intuition is? And remember, all this energy, so you as a spiritual soul are already connected to the energies of the divine, to the energies of the angels, to the energies of spirit guides, because we are all under one collective consciousness. So for us, it's actually very natural to connect, but sometimes, because we have this fear of what society is going to think, we might be afraid of judgment, or we might have this stigma, or people will think that people will say, oh, they're just making these things up. So because of those limited beliefs we have in our brain, we tend to block that connection. We tend to block understanding that we are one energy, and we do receive messages from them all the time, because we're not doing this alone. Can you imagine? Definitely we're not doing this alone. There's help around us, messages around us, universal energies around us that can guide us through this purpose that we have here on earth. And the more we start connecting to those energies and understand that the universe is endless, the universe is infinite, we can also realize that even having the idea of enlightenment, or even getting in touch with angels, when we have an idea of how something looks like, something is like, then that already is limiting us from going to that energy, because the universe doesn't belong in the box. The universe is unlimited. The universe is infinite possibilities. And why is that? Because enlightenment, or getting in touch with any of those energies, with angels, spirit guides, the divine, the light, God, whatever you want to call it, is an experience that is meant to be different for each and every one of us. So I hear a lot of people hearing somebody else's experience, or how it is to connect with angels and spirit guides, and they put that to themselves, giving that limited box to themselves, saying, I need to experience this, otherwise I don't have a connection with angels, when you actually do. And so that's why we humans belong to a different body, because the spirit wanted to experience enlightenment, meeting the spirit guides, understanding those energies in different bodies, because they wanted to have a different experience. And it's not like we have a number of guides, because again, everything around us is energy. We humans love facts. We love to know facts. We love to know numbers. And the entire universe, in matter of fact, is your guides. Everything around us is our guides. When we give angels names, when we give them a gender, when we give them a face, it's also us putting the universe into this box, when again, the universe is unlimited. So there's not a set number or figure when it comes to angels or spirit guides. And if they do appear to some people in that way, is because that's how that person understands them, according to their beliefs that they have in their subconscious. That's why some people see angels, but some people see different figures. They see Arcturians or other species that belong in different dimensions, because that's the beliefs we have in our subconscious. If our frequency is operating of I understand a face in our subconscious, then that's the frequency we will receive. That's why people see a face. And the universe always matches the frequency of your beliefs. So if you believe that angels are in a form of a face subconsciously, then you might see that. Or if you believe that it's an energy, you might receive a different message. So depending on your beliefs, you will also get connected to the divine in that way. And meeting our angels and spirit guides is also like a video game. We can't go to level 4 if we haven't first passed level 1, 2, and 3. And sometimes we humans are so impatient, right? So through this process, we have to be patient with ourselves and understand that there's a process to the levels of meeting an energy, as well, like a video game. And as you move up to the levels, as you move up to the game, your idea of how it is to connect with the spirit guides, with the angels, with the divine, will slowly start to change according to your experience, according to how you know how to connect with them. And in reality, because we are under one collective consciousness, you are the spirit guide, you are the angel, and you are that consciousness of that energy, because we're under one consciousness. And if you think about it, every night when we go to sleep, we dream, meaning we leave our bodies going to different dimensions. So you already know how to access the energies of the divine. You already know how to access higher dimensions and higher levels. You just need to stop doubting yourself that you don't know how to do it. And we all know stuff intuitively. Again, remember, what is intuition? What do you think is intuition? You just have to remember how powerful you are as a spiritual soul. We get so occupied with this physical form that we forget how powerful we are as souls in this spiritual experience. And so what are angels and guides? Angels or guides are an aspect of God, light, whatever you want to call it, universe, and you are too at the same time. So one energy. When we ask them questions based on the frequency of the question, we will also receive the same answer. So again, the universe doesn't understand words, it understands the frequency of the words, the frequency of the thoughts. And so that's why it is important to work on our frequency, do chakra work, so we can move more to the frequency of the divine. So why do we sometimes ask questions, but we don't hear anything? There's two major reasons as to why you don't hear stuff. Reason number one, it is because you already achieve the energy of the vibration of that answer. You already achieve the answer to that question in your vibrational frequency. And because we sometimes humans, again, we tend to be very impatient and we tend to overthink things. We get so fearful of not receiving that answer. And patience is key when it comes to knowing the light, the divine, the angels, the spirit guides, because we have to learn to be in the frequency of patience as well, because when we are in the frequency of impatience, we will also receive that back at us. And what is the key to manifestation? If you think about it, the key to manifestation is I believe for sure that I will receive my answer. One way or another, I will receive my answer. I know that in my instinct, I know that in my gut, I will receive the answer. And in the meantime, until we wait, because there's divine timing to receive something, it's our responsibility to wash away our limited beliefs, our traumas, all those energies that don't serve as meeting that answer. And that's why, again, chakra work is so important. And so that's why I'm so happy that I launched my course, because I believe the course will help you a lot, guys, to identify your blockages and learn to heal from them. So go and enjoy life as you're waiting for your answers. Know that they are coming. Manifestations are always coming. Intuitively, we know that. And number two reason as why you don't mind receive answers from angels and spirit guides is because they already told you the answer. You already know the answer. But what do we do as humans sometimes? We refuse to listen to that answer. We refuse to believe that that is the answer. The guides can do this 3D reality for us. The guides, the angels cannot live in this 3D reality because they belong in a different dimension. We are the ones responsible to put movement behind that answer. We are the ones responsible to put inspired action, and that is part of manifestation behind that answer that is given to us always. Airplanes are built by humans, but the vision was given to them by the angels, by the spirit guides. And we are the ones building. Look around as to what we built so far on this earth. So many buildings, we have electricity, we have Wi-Fi, we can connect to people from another country, social media, all these manly things we build. Why? Because we got a message, and then we as humans were responsible to put the action behind that manifestation, and that's where the result comes in. And in some cases, when we receive an answer, ego gets involved. That's why it is important to do trauma work and healing work when it comes to that stuff. And when ego gets involved, we see manipulative energies through these channeled messages that we get. And that's why we live on this Mother Earth that doesn't belong to anybody, and at the same time we have to pay money to live here when this earth doesn't belong to anybody. So that's an ego action that has happened throughout the years, and we now learn to live with it. We now learn to accept it, even though that idea is crazy. And our guides in reality never abandon us. They never leave us. They're always there for us. They're always speaking to us. And think about it. If we hate our job, if we're in a relationship that we are unhappy in, if we receive a vision to start a business, but we don't put action behind that vision, all of those things are messages from our guides. And our feelings are the ones, the intuitive feelings, the intuitive ones we have, are the ones that are the messages from our guides. The real question for this answers that we receive: why are you still in that job that you hate? Why are you still in that relationship that doesn't serve you mentally? Why are you not taking action to start that business that you have a message to start? So that is the real question. So here's a few steps. I'm going to give you a few steps to take when it comes to connecting with the guides. And those steps are from my experience, how I learned to connect with the guides, how I learned to communicate with them. But remember, each and every one of us will have their individual experience. That's why it's important to explore your way. So for that reason, number one will be explore your clear gifts. And there's clairvoyance, there's all these clear gifts. You can search them up. I have a post on my Instagram. You can go ahead and check it out so you can understand what your clear gifts are. So those clear gifts will be your signals to your messages. For example, for me, I have clear thinking, I have clear emotion, clear touch, clear feeling, and clear knowing. So that's how I receive messages from the spirit guides, from the angels. For you, it might be different. Some people actually see things. Some people actually hear things. For me, because I have this feeling of sensation kind of thing, if you can explain it like that, of this physical feeling when I know my spirit guides are here. I don't actually see them. I just have a feeling of how the energy looks, if that makes sense. But that might be different for each and every one of us. So it's good to explore your clear gifts so you know how that energy will look to you. And ask them to speak to you through your clear senses. When you're in the process of getting in touch with them, tell them, these are my clear senses, so get in touch with me through my clear senses. So that's number one. Number two is you have to prepare yourself physically and also mentally. And what do I mean physically? What we eat really matters. I tell you guys, every time I eat sugar, I can feel the shift in my vibration, and I actually have a harder time even meditating when I'm eating sugar. That's a fact. So what we do eat plays a huge role when it comes to getting in touch with those energies. And also mentally. What do I mean mentally? Mentally meaning letting go of those limited beliefs, of those expectations we have as to how it is to get in touch with them, and that trauma energy that is holding us from going to a higher dimension, from connecting to a higher dimension. That's number two. Number three, it is important we set the right environment. We can't just close our eyes and be like, come. We have to, why the right environment is important? Because everything around us is energy, right? So we have to prepare our environment of meeting that energy of the angels, meeting that energy of the divine, of the spirit guides. So prepare it. You could put candles, you can put music, you can get into a meditative state. That's very important. Whatever it speaks to you, put certain lights in your room that bring the mood, whatever it is to you, prepare the environment. And also get into meditative state is very important. And how you would get into meditative state, envision a white light literally surrounding your body and protecting you. The white light is really important because a lot of the times we talk about the chakras we have in our bodies, but we forget that there's more chakras above our head and above our feet. And those chakras that belong above our head that are connecting us to the higher energies have a whiter color. If you put the colors of the chakras together into a prism, it will reflect to a white light. Why? Because the white light represents the spirit world. So envision that white light fully protecting your body. And as it protects you, as it touches your body, it's like the divine is touching you. The divine is here during that time. That's number 3. Number 4, call energies that you want to come in. And that could be energies of love, energies of wisdom, energies of guidance. So say, I now call energies of love to come in. I remember when I first started exploring, getting in touch with my guides, I didn't know how to do it. So I was like, okay, I guess come in energies. And then I would invite energies that I didn't want to invite, because again, there's all types of energies around us, right? There's not a number of things. It's just all types of energies. So make sure you are inviting the right energies that you want to come in. Depending on your question, depending on what you want, depending on the energy you're trying to meet at that stage that you're in at that moment. So that's number 4. Number 5, introduce yourself. Make friends with that energy. We forget that how to connect with those energies, because we expect a lot of times for us to make a connection with something for it to have a physical form. Oh, I'm going to connect with this person because I see this person. So when it comes to connecting with guides, because we can't see them, right, with our physical eyes, we think that we cannot make a connection with them, when in reality that's not true. Remember, we can only see 1% with our physical eyes. The other 99% that is happening around us, we can't see it. So you could make a connection by, like you would make a connection with a friend. So when you meet somebody, how do you connect with a person? You introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Despina. And you start making friends with them. You start having a conversation with them. So you would do the exact same thing with that energy. And as you're asking them questions to get to know them, as well as they're getting to know you, by you telling them who you are, the answer of who they are, you will receive with your clear senses. Okay? And for example, I know when I talk to my spirit guide sometimes, I get pictures in my head of my grandma sometimes. So I know at that time of that energy being presented to me as my grandma. Or sometimes I get a picture of Archangel Michael, again, because my idea is I have this idea in my head. So I get a picture of Archangel Michael. Or sometimes I get an unknown energy that doesn't have a face. So it depends from your beliefs and the conversations you have. You will receive different messages every time. So that's number 5. Number 6 is ask them questions and tell them that they are welcome to give you guidance through your clear senses. So physically tell them, hey, these are my clear senses. Like I said in number 1, these are my clear senses. So I would like to receive an answer through those that are now active until I'm in the process of activating the rest of the clear senses. So tell them, these are my clear senses. Tell them who you are, and they're gonna also tell you who they are. So that's number 6. Number 7, literally imagine them being around you. So if you close your eyes and you imagine them being around you, how do they feel? How do they look? What are the sensations you're having? Depending on your clear senses, again, use that. That's the key to get to know your spirit guides. What do you know in your intuition they look like? So use your clear senses to figure that out when it comes to imagine. But practice imagining, because our imagination is very powerful when it comes to that. Number 8, work on raising your frequency. Again, spirit guides belong to a different dimension. So we also have to be aware of our frequency. That's why healing work is important, chakra work is important, what we eat is important, our environment is important, who we surround ourselves with is important, what we read, what we listen to, everything when it comes to an energy is important when it comes to meeting those energies. That's number 8. And last one, number 9. I ask you for this process to be patient. We humans sometimes are so impatient. Why I don't receive an answer? Why is this not happening to me? Why, right? We are so impatient. And be patient with the process and with yourself at the same time. Take the experience as it is. If you try this one time and it didn't happen as it should in your head, again, that's a limited belief. see this is what's meant to happen for me today, and I'm gonna try it again tomorrow, and again and again and again. And trust me, once you surrender to those limited beliefs, you will start receiving answers right away. I promise you that. So this was the video on explaining how to meet the spirit guides, the angels, the higher energies. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. Even share this video to somebody who's willing and wanting to experience those higher energies, as well as let me know in your comments, have you yet accomplished meeting your spirit guides? Have you yet accomplished meeting your angels? And if you did, how was the experience for you? Is there something else you would like to add on when it comes to meeting your spirit guides and angels? So thank you all for watching, and I will see you on our next video. Until then, remember to stay true to who you are. Bye-bye.